Good day, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is that you're tuning in, welcome. My name is Claudia and you have found yourself on day 12 of Fable's 30-day yoga series. So today we will be rinsing the body from the inside out. Now, how you enter this space and where you are today is perfect, okay? So however you're feeling, however you want to move, however you want to modify, however you want to open up your body today is exactly perfect. The invitation is to start there. I'm always going to give modifications and different options, but ultimately you are your own best teacher. Okay, so always listen to yourself first. So without further ado, let's get started in a seated position today. So we can just take a few moments to ground. So cross your legs. Let's have you sit up nice and tall. Find a way in which your hip bones are raised slightly above the knees, so there's not this sympathetic grip in your hip flexors. And once you've got yourself in a comfortable seat, erect your spine nice and long, and then drop your shoulders down your back. Close your eyes and just release the hands on your lap. Bring your mind's attention to your breath. And just beginning to notice where your body responds to the inhale by expanding. Maybe it's the belly, the chest, or even the back of the heart. And then notice where the body responds to the breath by decompressing, by falling. Can you feel or sense or even just purely imagine that breath reaching those places that don't always necessarily fall in contact with the breath? Imagine the big toes receiving your inhale. Imagine the crown of your head receiving your exhale. And now just for a moment, allow the mind to do as it pleases. Notice where it goes. And then on your next inhalation, bring yourself back as you take the pads of your thumb and softly roll it over each one of your fingers. And then gently bring your eyes to open. Take in some light. Take in the room that you're in. Take in a breath. Inhale. Exhale. Now this time with your next breath in, let's have you sweep your arms all the way up. And now you're going to bind your right arm under your left arm. So hook the arm under, right arm under left, and then wrap the arms together. So we bind the arms like a rope and then squeeze them in. Now just take a moment to feel the weight of your hips, of your legs, as you find your center, as you arrive. And then just hold. Keep the body in this twist, in this motion, as we start to witness. As we start to call wherever it is up. And as you start to listen, so engage in that conversation, understanding if it's helpful or if it's not quite serving you today. Let's begin to clear. Stay with the breath. So let the breath, let the pose, the asana, let it be a rinse, let it be an expression. Let it act as a tool to move something through you. Breathe in. Breathe out. And if there's any resistance to that sound, lean into it more. All right, let's begin to come on out. Sweep your arms all the way up. Breathe in. As you breathe out, let's bind in the opposite direction. So wrap your left arm under the belly of your right forearm. Twist the arms round together like a tree trunk. Prayer position with the hands. Squeeze them in, keep the navel in and the spine erect. And then just start to feel this process, embodying this process, using the information that your body is delivering today. So we are here to dismantle whatever the story is, okay? So whatever isn't serving your growth. And you're going to choose what you do with it. Okay, so you can use it as your own fuel, your own fire today. Give back what was never yours as we change the conversations with ourselves. Take a breath in and then sigh it out. All right, good. Sweep your arms all the way back up. Open up. Breathe in, inhale. As you exhale, you're going to twist to the right. So place your left hand on the right knee and extend the right fingertips back behind you. Now we're going to find a rhythm with the breath. So as you inhale, I want you to grow a little taller. And then as you exhale, twist over to the right. So begin to look over your right shoulder. So beginning to decompress the spinal column, the spinal axis. Let's do that again. Inhale, lift up. Exhale to twist. Reestablish your sitting bones and then lift your arms all the way up. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, twist to the left. Right hand on your left knee, left arm back behind you. Now really lift up out of the thoracic spine. Get your cervical spine involved, the neck, as you look over your left shoulder. Breathe in to elevate. Exhale to twist. Find that rhythm, that flow. Breathe in, lengthening. Exhale, decompressing. Beautiful. Let's bring the chest all the way back through center. You're going to shuffle yourself forward onto all fours now. Okay, and we're going to start to work into the hips. So let's have you just bring the right foot out to the right in line with your hip. Point the right toes forward and then bend into the knee. We're just going to bring in some circular motions into your hip socket, into that femur bone, which is just a ball rotating. So if you do hear a little pop, a little crackle, that's all good. That's what we want. All right, now switch the direction, go the opposite way. Beautiful. Now come back to stillness. Bring your right knee up and drop it over your left knee. So the knees are going to bind here. You're going to bring your feet as wide as your yoga mat. So the wider you bring your feet here, the easier it will be. Now you're going to start to slide your bum back in between your ankles. Slowly does it. Move really mindfully here. Walk your hands in, lift your chest up, and voila, you're in cow face pose. So bring the hands to the ankles, shuffle them in just a tad, lift up through your chest, take a beautiful breath in. Now as you breathe out, you can hold it here or you can fold your chest forward, which is going to take it a little deeper into your outer hip. Binding and twisting and rinsing and releasing. One more cycle of breath. Okay, start to lift your chest back up if you lowered it. Now we're going to find this position in the opposite direction. Stay with me. You're going to bring your hands to the right, lift up your hips, keep walking your hands all the way back behind you, keep turning to the right. Now bend back into your knees, lower your hips, and there you have it, opposite direction, cow face. Don't worry if you got a little lost. Meet me with your right leg over your left leg this time. And then draw your heels closer in. Lift up your chest as you inhale. As you exhale, you can stay or you can fold the chest down to a deeper position. Just move to your body's capacity and take note today, all right? So rather than going to the aesthetic of the pose, go to a place where you feel some kind of sensation and just hang out in it. Breathe in. Breathe out. Beautiful. Now let's reverse the way we came into this. We're going to shift ourselves forward, drop the right knee, and then send the left foot out to the left. Point the toes forward and then bend into the knee. Rotate your hip. Let's work into the hip flexor. Mobilizing the joint. Now switch the direction. Let's balance things out. Very nice. Now slide the left knee back under your hip. Press down through your hands, curl your toes under and begin to push the hips up and back. And let's meet in our first downward facing dog of this practice. Okay, now I trust that you will feel familiar with down dog. We're in this inverted V shape and it is really active. So activate through your hands, through the pads of your fingers as you press them into the ground and you push your chest away from you, away from the ground. Bend into your knees and elevate your hips even higher. Take a big breath in and then a full breath out. Beautiful. Walk your feet all the way forward. Take your time here. And then once the feet get to the top of the yoga mat, bend into them. Let's add in a twist. So you're going to bring your left hand directly under your face on the ground. Sweep your right arm all the way up to the sky. Bend your left knee deeply, but lengthen your right leg. Hello, hamstring. If you can feel that, don't worry, you're not alone. I'm with you. Let's take one more cycle of breath into that back plane of the body. Breathe in, lengthen through the right fingertips. As you breathe out, release the hand. Bend into both knees. Bring the right hand directly under the face on the ground. And then let's just simply marry it. So lift your left arm all the way up. Bend your right knee. Simultaneously lengthen your left leg. Keep your navel in. Keep magnetizing the left hand all the way up to the sky as you open through your chest. Big, beautiful breath in. Lungs inflate. As you breathe out, release the hand to the ground. Bend into your knees and then tuck your chin in. Roll the torso all the way up. Take your time. Now, once the head lifts up, let's sweep the arms all the way up. Open up and expand throughout your entire body, from the toes all the way through to the fingertips. As you exhale, swan dive forward. So you're going to reach your arms all the way out and down. I want you to over-exaggerate this, like you're a diver jumping into a pool. Soften the skull. Halfway lift to reset the back body. So bring the hands under the shoulders or to your shins and just lengthen everything out. Pull your navel in. Breathe in. As we breathe out, we start to connect the hands to the ground as we step the feet to a high plank position. Stabilize the body. Breathe in. As you breathe out, lower to the knees, or take this transition high plank to low plank. You know the drill by now, right? Roll over the toes and lift up your chest. Breathe in to a back bend. As you breathe out, downward facing dog, your inverted V shape. Enjoy it. Treat it like a fresh discovery. Now discover your breath. Take a deep inhale and then a clearing exhale. All right, very nice. Begin to lift your right leg up and back behind you. Extend through your hamstring. Keep your left heel drawing down. As you breathe out, right knee draws in. Squeeze. And then step the right foot all the way forward. Once the foot lands, allow the left knee to lower as you lift your upper trunk. Anjaneyasana. So I want you to use your bottom half of the body as a strong base here. If you look after your base, the base is going to look after you. So with strong foundations, we'll begin to drive the right knee further forward, keep the left toes curled under, and then draw the left knee up off the yoga mat. High lunge. Oof, I know that's a hard transition. Work into that big quadricep. Okay, just like how we started, we're going to add in a bind. So your right arm is going to wrap under your left arm. Hug your arms together. Twist them like a rope. Squeeze them in. So you should feel the scapula, the shoulder girdle, spread away from one another here. Now commit to that bend in the right knee. Let's add in a balance. Bring the left knee up into your chest. From here, we're going to take eagle legs. Your left leg is going to wrap around your right. So maybe the thighs just stack, or you may have the capacity to bring your left shin around your right calf, perhaps even the foot around the ankle. Now I want you to sit low. So be the smallest person you could possibly be with the bottom half of your body, but be the tallest person you could be with your upper body. Compress. Squeeze, feel everything turn on, then turn the breath on, inhale. As you exhale, let's begin to open ourselves up. So lengthen the right leg, expand through your chest, float the left foot all the way to the back of the yoga mat. Feeling the sense of freedom, changing your narrative, changing your story. Lift your arms up, come back to your high lunge, breathe in. As you breathe out, bring your hands to your heart center in a prayer position. Okay, lift up your chest again. So find that foundation, inhale. Exhale, we're gonna twist to the right. You're gonna hook your left elbow on your right knee. Hands are at the center of the chest in a prayer position. So just check in here. I want you to have your elbows in line, and you can use the connection of the knee to twist your torso further around. Rinsing and releasing any stagnation through your internal organs. Take a breath in and find more length here from the tailbone to the crown of the head as you roll that right shoulder back. As you exhale, begin to work deeper into the twist. Okay, now keep that right leg fired up. Step the left foot to meet the right foot. Twisted chair pose. Keep drawing your shoulder blades back and down. Your neck is long. Your breath is deep. One more inhale. Exhale. Amazing. Everyone's going to sit low into a chair pose. Sweep your arms up. Bring your chest all the way forward. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Send the bum high. Drop your skull. Halfway lift position. Let's lengthen everything out. Exhale to a high plank. Engage through your body. Lower yourself down. You can drop your knees or high plank to low plank. Go on your own adventure. Lift up your torso and breathe in. Downward facing dog, we breathe out. All right, left side we go. Float up the left foot up and back behind you. Drive the right heel down. So you got these energies in opposite directions as you split the legs. Three-legged dog, breathe in. On the breath out, knee draws in towards the nose. Keep pressing the hands down so you've got all of that space right underneath you to step the foot forward. Right knee lowers. As the knee lowers, your arms lift up. Try to move with ease. Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Take a moment to just find your nice steady foundation. Tap into this strong container. And then once you've got that, drive that left knee forward. Keep the right toes curled under and pick up the right knee. Utilize your legs, find your strength. All right, now we're gonna add in that bind. Your left arm wraps under your right arm. Okay, so hug the arm under the belly of the right forearm, and then start to wrap the hands together. Bring the hands to prayer position, dive into that left foot, and then pick up the right knee. From here, we find eagle legs. The right knee stacks over your left thigh, and then you wrap the shin around the calf. So again, I want you to squeeze the bottom half of your body as you lift and erect your spine. Stay with me. If you fall out, just come right back to it. In fact, actually, that's when the pose is going to start, when we listen to how we react, how we respond to ourselves. Take one more breath in. As you breathe out, begin to expand, blossom yourself open, and feel that deep sense of freedom. As you drop the toes back, lift up your arms. High lunge again, big breath in. On the breath out, hands to your heart center in a prayer position. Okay, lift up your chest here, keep your navel drawing in. As you exhale, right elbow to your left knee. Hook the elbow and then bring both elbows in line, because what I tend to see a lot is this action. So you want to have the elbows facing one another, parallel, and then check in with the shoulder, roll that shoulder back and down. Take a breath with me. Take a breath together. Together yet apart, inhale. As you exhale, we're going to step this right foot all the way forward to meet the left foot. Amazing. Sit the hips even lower. Twist your torso. Start to rinse any stagnation out. Rinse, inhale. Exhale. Take one more breath in and we're going to sweep the arms all the way up. Sit low into a chair. Torso is forward, chest is lifted. Exhale, fold over yourself. Let everything go. Soften the skull. Okay, with your heavy head, roll yourself forward to a halfway lift. Breathe in. As you breathe out, hands to the ground, you can step or jump your feet back. Lower through your Vinyasa, Chaturanga. Lift up your chest as you inhale. Cobra pose or your up dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. And then drop to the knees and take child's pose position. Let's slow everything down. Take a moment to ground down. To notice where you just went. Now notice your breath. Expand the breath in deeper parts of the body. Breathe in fully. Exhale completely. All right, start to lift up your chest. We're going to begin to switch now from the yang to the yin. So I want you to just shuffle your hips to one side, bring your legs all the way forward, bend into your knees, place your hands behind the backs of them, and then roll your torso down. Take your time here. So you want to integrate all sides of the practice, the yang and the yin. So once you get down, bring your knees over your hips. So you're going to bring your right knee to stack over your left knee. Squeeze the thighs together. If you manage to take full eagle legs, you're going to do the same here. Right shin under the left calf, top of the right foot around the ankle. Now once you've got that bind, drop the knees over to the left. And then open your arms out. Take your gaze over your right shoulder. Close down your eyes. Tapping into this state of ease now. The brain is the master control to how the body moves. But how the body moves also influences how we think and how we feel. So try to move now with this deep sense of nourishment, of clearing, of cleansing. One more cycle of breath. And then let's have you bring the knees all the way back to center. Unravel them. Then we will simply just swap sides. So now the left knee is going to stack over your right knee. bind them. Perhaps bind the shin around the calf, the top of the foot around the ankle, and squeeze in so you feel that bit of activation, and then lower the knees over to the right. As the knees fall over to the right, your head drops over to the left. Try to keep your left shoulder dropped. And then let that action act as a domino effect for the rest of the physical body. So drop any clenching or forcing and just allow yourself to be. Let the pose do the work. One more breath in. Deep breath out. Okay, my friends, start to bring the knees back through center. Take your time. Unravel the legs. Give them a little bit of a wiggle, a wiggly wiggle. Drop them from side to side. And then in your own time, extend your legs forward. And since we have worked on binding and squeezing everything in so much today, I want you to take up as much space as possible so you can feel the effects of the entire practice. Let the body digest all that was cooked. Close your eyes and simmer into your sweet self. Begin to invite the breath back into the body. Allowing the breath to move to those spaces that don't always get felt with the breath. So send in the inhalation to the toes. Send in the exhalation to the crown of your head. And then beginning to move from the toes all the way up to the crown of the head. Feeling all of your being come back home. Gently guiding the right knee in towards your chest. And then the left knee. And then just drop the knees over to one side. From a fetal position, press yourself up to a seat. Just like how we started, cross your legs, lift your sitting bones so the knees are closer towards the earth, erect your spine, and close your eyes. Placing the hands on your lap, and just acknowledging the mind. Noticing any thoughts. And I want you to focus your thoughts on being the most expanded version of you. So ask your higher self, where will you have me go today? What will you have me do? Who will you have me meet? Now bring the hands together at the center of your chest and just rub the hands together. So we begin to build some heat and friction and Shakti energy. And then place one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly, and integrate that infinite source that is you. Hands to heart center in prayer. Bow in, and then bow out. Amazing work, everyone. If you enjoyed this class, then please keep spreading the light and tag us in your posts. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.